You've been ready for a while now to jump into this new reality, to start this new chapter of your life, to become the fullest, highest version of yourself. And the only thing that you really need to know now is how to identity shift, how to step into that future version of yourself now. If you hear the panting in the background, it's because I have Aslan down here. You want to say hi, baby? Hello. I have him here because if I put him in the crate right now, he cries. He doesn't like being in the crate. And if I leave him outside in my yard, then he chases all the goats. I have 2 goats. He chases the goats, barks at them, and I'm doing training with him right now about the goats and about Duchess, my cat. And so I have to be like fully on. He was sleeping, but he just woke up for this. So here we are. So one of my favorite topics is identity shifting, and it is this concept of becoming the version of you that you desire to be right now. And so there, if you understand quantum manifestation and timelines, there's a version of you right now existing at this moment. Say that weird moment. She is, or he is, alive, thriving in your dream home, traveling, eating all the good food, with friends and family that you love and adore. You get to have the freedom to just be, and the self-care, and like to do the self-care, to go to the spa, to go to the gym every single day, spend your time there, go get good food after, go on a nice walk. And it's all happening, whatever it is for you. For me, it's like that next timeline that I'm jumping into is with my divine partner, my divine masculine partner, sailing the world with my animals, also having home bases all over the world. And so that's what I've been shifting into. And so you have to get clear on who that version of you is and who that version of you isn't. And what I really like about identity shifting, or one of the things that I really like to do with it, is having you pick a name for that version of you. Maybe it's just your birth name. Maybe it's another name, or maybe it's a name for that past version of you that, I was talking with my therapist recently about the version of me who had a hard time accepting love. And I can tell when she comes up, and I think I named her, I'm sorry if this is anybody's name. What did I name her? It was like Cynthia or something like that. I think it was Cynthia. No, it was close to that. It was something else though. And so anytime she would come up, I could clearly identify her, name her, say, oh, that's Cynthia. She's here. She's feeling this way. I see her. I validate her. But me being Araya right now, I don't feel that. So you can do the reverse. You can name the past version of yourself that you no longer are. And it takes commitment, and it takes accountability, and that's it, really. And so if it was easy to be living your dream life, he's gonna jump outside. Aslan, no. Okay, he's gone. We'll see how this goes. If it was easy to live your dream life, then everybody would be doing it, right? And so the only thing that really makes it hard is the commitment and the dedication. And so often people choose luxury and comfort and ease over doing the hard thing. Let me go get him. Like I suspected, he was barking at the goats. So if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? And everyone would just be having their, dream life, abundant life, doing everything that they want. But instead, most people are asleep to their potential. They're asleep to the fact that they could have a different reality. And so you have to decide what you want. Do you want to accept settling? Or do you want to, dedicate the next 3 months to becoming that version of you that you know that you want to be, that you've always wanted to be? No, sir, I am not going to let you go outside yet. And, letting go of everything that is not that. And so you can start asking yourself when you wake up in the morning, like you wake up and you say, what would this version of you, this name of you, this energy, this frequency of your highest self, what would they do today? How would they carry themselves? How would they, structure their day? What would they focus on? Who would they talk to? Like, in what manner would they talk to them? How would they handle conflict? And you have to ask yourself right when you wake up, when your brain is so malleable and it's so ready to be primed, your subconscious, like you're just starting to move towards these different layers of consciousness. At that moment, when you first wake up, say, I choose to be my highest version of myself today. I choose to embody this frequency. And you start to become really familiar with that chosen timeline self. Oh, very good. You want to come up here? It's his favorite spot, but he almost doesn't fit there anymore. And also right before bed, right? And so right before bed, same thing, your brain is starting to move through those different brain waves, and you can also start to say, this is who I am and this is who I'm not. I start to let go of this and this and this. Letting go of actual items in your life can make a huge difference too. Like, what does this future self version of you dress like? Like, what does their actual wardrobe look like? What colors do they wear? Do these colors suit them? Do they flatter them? How do you do your hair? Maybe you need to do a change. Maybe you need to cut your hair or dye your hair or do something, that will shake up the patterns in the way that you see yourself, right? And so that you can start looking at yourself differently. You need a different self-identity in order to be able to step into this new version of you. And so in branding, we look at colors, we look at fonts, we look at feel, we look at message, we look at, I'm trying to like make you shush up. It's like, Mom, it's hot. We look at, a logo, like a really like set identity. And so what is that for yourself? This personal rebrand. What are the colors of your life? What is the color of your aura, your frequency? What are the colors of your wardrobe, like we were talking about? What is your message? That's something that I was just journaling about the other day. It's like, what is my personal message to the world? Like, even if my content is changing, even if my life is changing, and sometimes I'm horse girl, and sometimes I'm travel girl, and sometimes I'm Italy girl, and sometimes I'm Ireland girl, and sometimes I'm spiritual girl, and sometimes I'm health girl, and sometimes I'm like figure it out on my own girl until I meet my divine partner, and sometimes I'm having a puppy bite my elbow girl. And that's okay. But underneath it all, what is my message? And for me, my message is, what I was journaling about and trying to like pull it up right now. My message is that I want people to know that, anything that they want is possible. Unless it goes against the laws of physics, it's possible for you. You can be anything, have any life that you truly desire if you set your mind to it. And I love, love, love the concept of neuroplasticity, of rewiring the mind. Maybe if they see you, it will be better. Come here. He's getting so big every time I do this with you guys. Yes, but we're gonna be hotter if we're sitting like this. He's like, let's go to Ireland. You don't even know what Ireland is. My message is that I want everyone to know what's possible, that you can have the life that you desire through changing your mind, through committing yourself to knowing what's possible and letting go of the rest, through exiting the matrix, through, stepping into that 5D, into the new earth, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it, escaping from the devil's grasp on your life and just walking the life of Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. This is so cute with his tongue. And so I think to really, to wrap it up, to get really clear on this personal rebrand, this identity shift, start with, what is your message? What is your message, and how do you want to create in the world? Like, what relates to all parts of you, all parts of your existence, and to the things that you want to share about and that you want to create about within, your relationships, within your work, within, if you create content, within your content, whatever it is, your art. And what is the underlying message of it? There's always going to be that mission statement, and then move from there, right? How do you carry yourself? What do you feel like? What do you feel like in your body? What do you feel like to other people? Which that's going to change based on each person, but what do you perceive that you feel like to each person? And start to, let go of everything else that's not that. And just ask yourself, can I commit to one day where I make it my job to be that future version of myself as much as possible, like in almost every single second of the day? Can you try? Because it's like training a puppy. It's repetition, repetition, repetition. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's all you know. Being that version of yourself is all that you know. And so if you can commit to one day, then the next day say, can I do another day of being that? When I, have done this kind of like shifting before, I will go into a room when I was in California and I was around more rooms with strangers. Now I'm on this farm, so it's not as many rooms with strangers because it's mostly just farm life at this moment. But I would go into rooms with strangers, different like grocery stores or shops or whatever, and I would be one version of myself, and I would see how people approach me and how, people look at me, and then I would just shift. I would shift into that energy of that version of me who travels the world, who has everything that she wants, who gets to live the life that she desires. I would shift to that energy. And I would just observe how things were different around me, how people approached me differently, how we had different conversations. And so that is all possible for you in a second. You can literally become that version of you in a second. And the thing about doing this as much as possible is then that becomes your point of attraction. When you shift your field, you shift matter. You start creating different matter around you. You start shifting like the things in your actual life. That includes money, that includes your house, that includes your car, that includes, everything that you get to perceive and touch and feel and experience. And so if you can just shift this inner identity and know who you are and who you want to be and who you're stepping into, and make it your absolute mission to be that in every second, you will change your life within a matter of days, weeks, definitely within months. And so if you're ready for a change and you want to step into the new and you want to let go of the old and you want things to be different and you want to get off this hamster wheel of life where it's just repetition and repetition and repetition, then I invite you to decondition. Decondition was created exactly for this. Excuse you, sir. It is my 12-week program. I am starting the next round of people in it for 3 months, and so I will have 10 spots available, and that's because I am live for supporting you for the entire 3 months. And so you can email me with any questions that you have, and the whole point is to set yourself free, is to decondition your mind so that you can wake up to your potential. The less that you have conditioned in your mind, the more that you remember that you are infinite abundance and that you are unconditional love and that you can have anything that you want. It is all available to you in a shift. And that shift becomes easier when you have less and less holding you back, less conditionings, less patterns. If you are dealing with a chronic illness, or you know somebody dealing with a chronic illness, and you want a program that is specifically designed to healing the nervous system, regulating the nervous system, which can be the thing that shifts everything, that can be the thing that fixes the candida overgrowth, that fixes the mycotoxin and the mold and the heavy metal storage within your body, that fixes the neuro symptoms, the anxiety, the depression, that fixes, all these like pains, the lupus, the fibromyalgia, these things that just haven't had answers. Lyme, I went through this. I had Lyme, I had POTS, I had mast cell activation syndrome, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, probably lupus or fibromyalgia. I was dealing with all of that, and the thing that moved the needle the most for me was brain retraining and working with neuroplasticity. And so while I have decondition and I'm on my 3rd round of it with everyone in it, I wanted to create something new that was specifically for health. And so that is what I'm working on actively in my procedure reality, is creating that program and making those videos and that meditation. So that starts on July 1st. You can go ahead and sign up for that now, or send it to a friend who needs help healing from a chronic illness and maybe tried everything. And so yes, I'm very excited about those. And my best friend is FaceTiming me. My puppy is ready to go chase goats. So if you want to sign up for those, or 21 days to rewire your mind, or 21 days to know your divine guidance, they're all linked below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.